preoccupied us in the last few days is one that is as topical as it is relevant. The rise or fall of Africa on account of the African politician. And in order to do justice to that subject and to remain faithful to my chosen subject, which is a call for hygiene in African politics, in the sense in which one must take a historical journey, if only to appreciate the factors that animated Africans to seek to regain their independence from the colonial masters. There is a sense, and therefore, in which these individuals started recognizing that having been enslaved, having been colonized, we now had to liberate ourselves. And the agitation started. And Kwame Nkrumah and his Ghana acquired independence in 1957. And I still can hear Kwame Nkrumah through the vicissitudes of time saying in Accra, Ghana, that Ghana is free and will never be colonized again. But the freedom of Ghana means nothing if the rest of Africa is not free. I can hear Mwalimu Julius Kambarage Nyerere say that he's prepared to delay the independence of Tanganyika so that Tanganyika, Uganda would become independent at one time. Mwalimu could see the future with the exactitude of a Jewish prophet, Jomo Kenyatta, and Obote could not. And therefore, we gained independence as separate states, and the story will be told shortly. So what do we see? The agitation.
Aaron, check your message. Well, folks, want to say good evening and welcome to today's edition of the Riverside Talk. Riverside on the Twah River platform. We are here again. And Honorable Naka Ige will be our guest here tonight. And hopefully we're expecting him. Once he comes, we will join. We will strictly go ahead with our conversation here tonight. So I want to say thank you to you all. Please like, follow our show here tonight. We will be talking District 3, District number 3. I know all the men are standing by for question. But stick around and let's listen to Pierre Lumumba.
The demand by the people that we must be decolonized. And why is it that we were asking that we must be decolonized? Why is it that we were demanding that we must regain our independence? Because throughout the ages, it was always the divine plan that men must be masters of their destiny. And when we gained our independence, the leaders of the day were eloquent as they were clear that the reason why we were asking to be independent is because we wanted to take charge of our affairs. We wanted to be the governors. We wanted to have our young men and women acquire education. We wanted to control the production of our food through agriculture. We wanted to build our infrastructure. We wanted to improve the quality of the lives of our people by improving their health. We wanted to eliminate poverty. We were clear on what we wanted, and this message was as clear in West Africa as it was clear in East Africa, as it was clear in Central Africa, as it was clear in Northern Africa. So that if you listen to Kwame Nkrumah, it's as if you'd listen to Agostino Neto. And if you listen to Neto, it's as if you'd listen to Samora Moses Machel. And if you listen to Ahmed Ben Bella in the Maghreb, it's as if you'd listen to Patrice Emery Lumumba.
Well, that is it here tonight. We're expecting our guest to join us. Once he comes, we will go straight into our conversation. But you know, that is Professor Pierre Lumumba, one of the finest sons of Africa, the guy who preaches the African unity He always, I like to listen to this man. His speeches are a reminder of what the unity of African continents, bringing hygiene into our African politics, especially the politicians that we have. And his messages is always clear. Excuse me. His messages are messages that give us hope. And if our leaders can just listen to what this man is saying, I believe Africa will be one of the greatest, place to be. We are great. America comprises of 50 states. Think about Africa. We are just, I think, 52. So why you think if we all unite, what will happen? P.L.O. Lumumba, one of my favorite orator speaker in this man. I always like to listen to this man. One other motivational speaker called Liz Brown. Those guys, their message is very much encouraging, and I think it's very important that we apply what they are saying, especially the PLO, the continent of Africa. Let us wake up, Mama in Africa. Well, folks, welcome again to Twah River. Like I said, we are expecting Honorable Naka Ige, the Ogakpatakpada District Number 3, and all the District Number 3 citizens, you'll come here. Tonight, your bossman will be here. He's getting ready to join us soon. Once he comes, we will dive straight into our conversation here tonight. But we still want to extend our condolences to the people of Nimba, and of course the fallen former superintendent with Nelson Kokoi, Nelson John, our ancestor. The news circulated throughout yesterday, and I want to say condolences to his family and the country at large. He served the people of Nimba as superintendent under the George Weah regime. And legacy, history will remember his legacy. Even he tell you in Nimba, was it all, about, did he, maybe not perform well? No, he did. He played his part, and history will remember him for that. Was it all, rosy under his regime? No. But the fact here is that he came and played his part, and now he has joined our ancestors. History will recall him as one of the superintendents of Nimba County, and the one he did, it will be written before his name in the book of Nimba, the People Republic of Nimba. And at this time, I think it's time we put aside all politics. We put aside all politics and, mourn our fallen brother as the family and the country go through a period of mourning. Now, yesterday we hosted Honorable Gompo El Cargo, one of the interesting shows here last night. And the Honorable man, there are a lot of things that were said. There were a lot of things that were said here from his camp. And we will try to reach out to those people that, their name came along. I'm talking about Honorable Anthony Yelu. We have sent him a lot of messages, and we're hoping that he will respond to that. And Honorable Mansi, he began on his show last night. Honorable Mansi beginning in the inbox, buying the man with a whole lot of questions. So I believe the message reached him. But that is the beauty of politics, and that's what happens when you invite politicians. They will always come out and say what they have to say. But it was such an interesting show here last night, and if you never watched that, just look for the video on the Twah River page for June 9. You will see it. Very interesting one, two at that rate. But what we are saying here in short is the beauty of Nimba. We are very much productive, and equally so, we have to do what we can to make sure our area is where we want to be. Now, the issue of Osondu Dam resignation, and it was considered as resignation across. It was considered as resignation, but he made a clarity on his official Facebook post page where he said there is difference between resignation and stepping aside. So, but it has been misconstrued in across the internet space as he resigned. He resigned from office instead of saying he stepped aside. And he made that clear to the public today that on his page that he stepped aside, but not resigned. So, which means after the process is over, his post is still awaiting him, and he will definitely go back to work or resume his post as chief of office staff. But the content of the letter is that went across all social media says resignation. And I think he did something good, that stepping aside to go through the process, the inquiry audit report that came out, stepping aside to exonerate himself, it's very much good thing that is to me, it's something that he did that required commending. And I think that was one of the great, one of the smartest move or smart move that he took. To be able to exonerate himself so that the public can know his involvement. And I agree with him on that. And that was welcome to the show. As good as public officials, or once you occupy a public office, it's good to take those steps. And I always say, once you are in those offices, remember those positions comes and go. You are not there forever, and it is a temporary place that you are seated in the meantime. Therefore, live there and remember you will be out of that post tomorrow. So the assumption in our corridor, in our political corridor, that where you tag go there, where good eat, that's a very bad precedent. And I think we should be able to, adapt to a system where we ourselves, all right, we ourselves will be able, when we occupy a public post or any of offices that we work in, whether private or public, let's remember that tomorrow when you leave, your legacy, the way you run, you live in that office will speak for you tomorrow. Your character is important. So it's very much important and essential that whenever you occupy you are in such position to know how you operate. So, gentlemen, welcome. We are still awaiting our guests here. We are still awaiting the honorable to join us. Once he joins, we will go straight into our conversation. For assistance, we are still awaiting him. He has received the communication, and another call has been placed to him. So probably he's getting ready to join us. Now, Obi, what happened? We can't see you. I got a blue light. You got her. There you go. Can you hear me? Obi, can you hear me? No. Adolphus, can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, I'm getting you clear. Clearly.
Obi now join your brother Franklin and hold it. I never gave him problem.
Yeah. I don't know. He has ear. Are you listening to new or which one you doing?
He and Franklin, he the one can say Franklin play don't have never now. Yeah, it is his turn. He doesn't have a network. Obi, are you there?
Trying to build your credit. And it's like over and over again.
There is that sense in which there was unanimity that this was the only way, and we attained independence. And I
The honorable man gave you a green light today.
So vividly.
Yeah.
In 1957, in Casablanca, Morocco, was it in 1960, when the then 8 independent African countries met on the subject for Kwame Nkrumah was clear that we must ensure that everybody else regains their independence, and that we must remember that the colonial master is not a...
So, Adolphus, you were here yesterday. You followed the show. What is your take? You know, we should have done an essay pool last time, but we went over 3 hours, and I felt that we're all tired now. So, what do you make of the show last night?
Yeah, see you. Actually, yesterday was one of the hectic night I will have. Yeah, on your show. Yeah, I would say so. Because like we were like tired, but no way, we had to end the show. Actually, it was quite interesting, and the honorable man, he said you were able to explain. But one of the things that I really admire those guys, the questions, all was in place. And one of the things that it just slipped from my mind, I wanted to ask you is that now where he is now, I don't know what actually you see in the CMC now, because this young guy, he won MDR ticket. The time come, the godfather of Nima said that they turn back and go back home. We don't want to support the government. We want to have a U-turn. And he said, no, I'll be beyond CDC. Okay. And I think what actually led to a defeat, because the decision that he took, if a guy going to go back to NDR, surely he's going to win the election. Yeah, he's going to win the election. But because he took that decision, it actually suppressed him. And at this time again, he taking another decision. Yeah, and CDC now is competitive. When we talk about election now, CDC, they are still strong. Now he moving beyond CDC, who yesterday refused to join MDR. And now you turn around again, you're going to CMC. I don't know if he really improving political career or he really drop it. I don't know. So one of the questions I wanted to, I don't know what fate he have now in our district or in the county when it comes to CMC. When you leave the political party that make you, they decided to join the coalition for democratic change. And now you're leaving the coalition for democratic change, join another party. Yeah, so it was, for me, I was really thinking about what really his career is going now when it comes to politics in Nima or in Labura at last. So I already wanted to ask him that question, but like, we were tired. For me, I was very tired last night. Yeah. So yeah, I like how I know Jenkins and I got Zuo. One Jason Zuo. Yeah. Yeah, he was very yeah. Yeah, I read about him last day, with his questions. Yeah, so it was like you want to say the guy who was not speaking to me for long, but the platform making them to talk to me. Yeah, actually about the guy questions last night. So that's the positive. But the way he played his game, I really get problem with it. Yeah, jumping from place to place, it's not helping him. Yeah. So I don't know what he's thinking to go by 2029. And if
But
yes,
the question was asked. The question was
uh,
asked him, and then he said it was Jason who asked the question, and he
yes,
said, Jason
I
gave him money, he will contest.
give him money, give him money, I'll go. So so the CDC yesterday they all gave money. They could never gave money. Yeah, they gave money. You have the money. Yeah. So I don't know. So yesterday was quite interesting. But yeah.
Well, folks,
For
want to
me, I
say
feel,
welcome here tonight. We are expecting our guests to come. Series of calls and messages has been placed to him. He confirmed of being here today. He confirmed of being here today, but probably he's getting ready. We are still awaiting him. Once he comes, we will dive straight into our conversation here. Yeah, I'm trying to send him text message again. Well, like you said, yesterday was one of the exciting. You weren't here last Wednesday. Is today. Today is exactly 1 week when we hosted on Romancy. The show was very hot, and that something alone hit about. It's now about 1.2 million views. And
wow,
we went beyond time too, like what happened last night.
wow,
But comparing both show to that of last night, last night was one of the interesting night too, I would say, because the questionings and the answers and everything. I think the honorable, I would say the responses, especially the question of whether he's getting ready, whether he's contesting 2029 and his response that comes with that, I think that was not something that someone would say. In the first place, it was not anybody that told you, Mr. Ball, welcome, the next politician. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So it was not anybody that told him to contest in the first place. And by saying, if you give me money, I will contest. I think that statement can be used against him in 2029 because everything is recorded. And somebody might even ask him that you said you didn't have money to contest 2029. Why are you coming back to us again to contest? But hey, that's Liberian politics. Many can say things and then at the end of the day, different things happen. So, Mr. Ball, let's welcome you, man. How's Campley this evening?
Yeah, Campley is relatively peaceful. And life is going on. And today, Campley Magedi.
Yeah.
Why is true that economy is difficult? At least we continue to maintain Belige and continue to be the bread basket on him.
Okay. So I was just taking an exit poll about last night's show. What do you make of it? I know you came in and then left, but what was your take on the show last night?
Yeah, last night's show was not really bad, and our network. I don't know what Orange is doing to us. Every evening, Orange will go. In the day, it will be stable. In the night, it will just be fluctuating until last night. And Lone Star too don't want to really be strong. But overall, at least our guests honor our invitation and appear. But some of the things I really listened to, but the honorable man were not really clear to us, or they not really play his oversight responsibility. But you are like giving a blinging, blinging, by even referring to a police at Bishop. Sometimes really, I even brought a question to me for him to point out the Bishop and the Bishop name that he called us. So a police where every one of them have the same equal right, the same equal oversight, lawmaking responsibility. After all, he respected our show and he came and we had a friendly conversation. So I applaud him for that. The next
Yeah,
thing we need to do,
go ahead.
the next thing we need to do is some name our flag out to do further up for the public to really get the actual story behind what he was saying to balance the equation of the day.
That's there where I started from today. Like those names, some names like Anthony Yelu or Councillor Yelu. I have sent him message. I have called, but he's yet to respond to my call and messages. And if he do, we will bring him here so that we know we can get some clarity from him, because mostly the names that he called, most of those guys are not in office. Someone like the late Guayclo, you have Larry Youngquay, Prince, and Prince O.S. Tokba is not in office. And you name it, the late senator is not, in office. But people like Anthony, Councillor Yelu, Honorable Duna,
Wally Duna.
yeah, Honorable Duna, yes, these are people that we will, try to get the public the understanding from him as to what he said. But that's what true journalism stands for, balancing the equation. And once those guys agree, one thing that on this field that I see is that at times disappointment comes into play when people say, yes, I will do it, and you don't see them living to that. And we applaud those that can live to the commitment and appear. Like it happened to us on Monday, where the guests didn't show up. And today again, we are here. The guest earlier, last night we spoke, he consented. Earlier today, he consented, and we are here still waiting. It's 5:30, which is 9:30 Liberian time. And we are hoping that he will come. But, these are things that would bring negative picture to the public. Because if you are shying away from the public, it will show that they man you want to take question and you want to do this. But it's very important that we have Jackson's rule. Yeah, the man I asked 100 questions. Jason, good evening and welcome to the show, man. We are seated right here. look, waiting on our guest. Hopefully he shows up. If not, we'll just dive into our regular topic here tonight. We are just doing an exit poll on their show last night. If you have anything to say, if not, then we will switch gear.
Yeah, good morning from my end. Good evening to all of you guys on the platform, and it's a pleasure to be here tonight. Yeah, last night was a very good show, just like the honorable was suffering from, I don't know, he said there was heavy rain from his end, and the time it was not too much for us to ask him all the hard questions. So I hope we can invite him in the next time so we can dive into district number 4, squarely district number 4. Because if you listen, well, if you listen to the Roman last night, squarely.
You should give him money so you can run him.
Yeah, for the fact I didn't give him money, that means you don't contest 2029. So if you're waiting for Jackson to give him money, then that means you're not contest. Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. Let me say welcome to you all. Let's switch gear here. Tonight, let's start our regular discussion. If he comes, we will dive straight into our conversation. If not, we'll continue. There has been this debate in the NEMA corridor, and the debate has to do with the NEMA unity. I know we've been talking about this, but it's a continuing debate that we will continue talking about it. Because if you look at the word unity is good, but in NIMBA, with the diverse view and the many political, alignment in the county, how do you guys see the NIMA unity in NIMA County? Is it something that you see is genuinely working, or something that you think it will work or not? Let's start with you, Mr. Adolphus David, and then we'll. Oh, okay. Let's start with Mr. Harrison Bow, and then we'll go around.
Well, thank you for the discussion point tonight concerning NEMA unity. In my mind, when it comes to NEMA unity, it only work when it comes to the sporting arena. But when it comes to the sporting arena, you will see the real unity from NEMA. While you will see the other 14 county chanting against NEMA, you see NIMBA. But one thing I want for all to understand, when it comes to the unity, people politicize the unity. Meaning, if you are not part of certain political institution, they classify you in a specific box. When you're not associating with another grouping, they also classify you with another name. So we are seeing, for me, NEMA Unity is working when it comes to the sporting activities, but naturally, when it comes to the interactions, it's far from reality. Outside of me, Trinity and NEMA are together, they are united, but the reality on ground is far from what people expect us. Because if you look at, we all have our right to associate with any political party. We have the right to associate, but it also tell us that one, I'm not supporting the other political party. I mean, Jason and myself, our friendship before they cannot be cordial. I mean, when I'm supporting Party X, a close proximity you and myself had before because I'm supporting Party X. I mean, we cannot coexist. All that friendship they go away. Only when you see me in your circle, when you see me associating with the political party or the political institution you see yourself with, then mean we are brother, we share call, we do this, we do things, come on. So for me, that mentality that people, more especially in Nima, why you see other countries realigning, coming together, building ourselves, but Nima still pointing out this person, this person, this person never supported us. So it made people to hold on to their institution, to hold on to their identity instead of building that relationship, that friendship that we can even make people to share ideas and see how development can come, but will also be people will tell me bread of the same fellow flock together. What happening now in Nima? So it will only take we the young people to redefine our thinking, to redefine our collective engagement. Harrison belonged to Nima University. Somebody from Cotton University. The only difference I'm seeing maybe Harrison may get a $40 to pay, and the reason you see him going to Nima University. I may not be having a $35 per credit hour to go to Cotton University. But I mean that you and myself, we are not friends. I mean that you and myself, we cannot discuss our common difference. While it's true that the teeth and the tongue in the mouth, sometimes mistake can happen, that you see the teeth will hit the tongue. They are still living quietly. Everybody doing like spectacular work. While the teeth is there to chew, the tongue will be there to mix what the teeth is chewing. Every one of them doing that work, and every one of them moving smoothly, and the body is functioning. But when it comes to Nima, we are seeing the contrary. When you belong to party X, it means only people that associate or that party X are your friends, are the people you will share your information, you will share your activity with. So we need to change that mentality, and the only way you will see that cordial Nimba before that we know before. I want people speaking, people listening to. But you see that when somebody is speaking, another person is speaking, so another person is speaking, so because they feel that common identity that you need that I have to talk together. And people will respect each other, not because of the institution they belong to, but because of the one common goal, which say we all from Nima. That is slogan, Yago Nima Yasi, Yago Nima Yasi. But because of that slogan, it even causing other people, when you're not part of them, you can't understand that you even if both of you in the same chat room, you will even see if someone make comment and you respond, you will see the counter reactions, that aggressiveness everywhere in the chat room. Now part of, because when you're not associating with them, you're not part of that class. They don't consider you. So for me, the Nima unity, it only happened during the sporting arena, my brother.
Yeah, and I agree with your point that it's mostly sporting arena that you see the unity in zero. Let's hear you, Adolphus. What is your take on the Nima unity?
Yeah, thank you. See what thank you again. I think when you were trying to call me, I was way out to read myself. Uh, Thank you, brother Harrison, for that. I agree with you when you talk about the politics in Lima actually bringing this unity among us and the by. Let me give you some scenario that happened in our district, electoral district number 5 in Lima. This go by election when Koga won the election. We were left to elect our representative. You know, a candidate came from my hometown, and at that time I was supporting one candidate, one Samson winner. But certain time came to the, I would say that after her registration, within that same month, and he backed off due to a death of his father, uncle rather. So he backed up the election. We met series of times so that we'll be able to support another candidate. And my political leader, Samson, when I was having somebody at heart, And I was self to having somebody I had who was the guy from our town called Bori Bari. And I decided to engage him first to have a conversation with Mr. Wuna or Honorable Wuna. But we were having our coordinator too in the district, the man just wake up by himself without consulting our political leaders. Wuna, he endorsed for everybody in the district. So he got that information. We will get the information in Monrovia. We decided to place communication to Bori. For me personally, because he's from my hometown. So when I play the communication, I say how to come and make something. What happened in the district there? It's not something for you to honor. Because every party or every political party, they have a leader. So you had to come and meet us in Mosulado. Measure are coming. To my utmost surprise, when he talked with our political leader, he said, I only want to talk with your one. The rest of the guys, they are following me. They are behind me already. They're in my pocket. And they were having the assurance that he's going to win the election in the district. So, and in that process, the current representative will also come here around us. He decided to ask for our support. So, Honoruna said that he will not be in the race because two of our political leaders, the VP and also Senko guy, is not supporting anybody. So he himself will not support anybody. So the follower can support anyone they want to support. Therefore, now we try to consult. I consulted my brother several times so that he will be able to come with me with the team. The man said that he have the power already on him. So when this guy came to us, started to appeal to us, we decided to pledge our support. We went in the district, went on air, we pledged our support. Brother, I thought for us to leave from him, most to go in the district to pledge my support to Cotton. My hometown say I make a great mistake. They decided to, some of them will call my wife, my family in Mosuara started talking. You know, what I thought for day was wrong. Why he not support somebody from a hometown, he decided to support different person. Like what he was saying, Brother Harrison, that is a serious problem we have because if I not support this person, mean I'm enemy. It's not how politics go. So it brings at that particular point what I'm talking about, the huge fight that happened in our district that my town people and all the town started to fight. So what I'm trying to say is that this mentality, I'm not supporting the person, it means that person should be my enemy. It has become a serious problem for us in Lima. That crippling the unity that we have built for so many years. Like you rightly said, only sport that can bring us together. Because when it comes to sport in Nima, we'll get to SKD, the entire country against one Nima, and Nima will be together. But with our sport, when it comes to politics now, politics have been one of the serious things that divide Nima gradually. We the youth will not stand strong, and it's going to drag down to us. They are incorporating the young people to go against one another, which of all is not good. We have to work hard and see how best to hold our unity. And one of the things that I observe in this is that, all right, if he have not support you, you get the power on him already. What you need to do, you have to incorporate other people who not support you. Then the next one to be able to support. But sometimes if I not support you, if you get job, you only around people who supported your president, whether the president, whether the senator, representative, people that just turn around the job, it a job opportunity, give it to them that it a scholarship that the people you run. That is not good. That is not good. So it's actually it's serious that crippling our unity in Lima. We actually need to stay strong. And at that time, there are people who are threatening my life. That anytime we see you, we wait for the reconciliation in our hometown. A little girl was bold to speak out and say, therefore, we're going to see you in our right, we're going to kill you because we already playing. Wow. I'm from my hometown, so I had to support. You know, recently I communicated my brother, he said, the reason why we're against you because you are done for us. Tomorrow, if you say you want to run in our district, from the hometown, it will say we're not supporting you. How will you feel? I said, but I have a political right. I can support anybody. You can support anybody. It doesn't mean that the person from my hometown, for me, I have gone through the process. I know who I'm about supporting. I don't like to support a failed candidate. So that's the reason I trust. Even for me to play my support to the person, I know what I pass through. But sometimes when you do it in our culture, people have problem with you because way from the sometimes they use out their data. I see that Google group, I post different things that kind of word it can be using. Yeah, so harassing that is very serious. The politics actually crippling the unity in our country. We need to stay strong and also make them to understand politics is not hatredness. Politics come about so that people will be able to choose who they want to follow. So if I not support the person, it doesn't mean I don't like that person. That's my right to support, right? I'm making some emphasis with my daughter, myself are in the house. When Chelsea, I'm a Chelsea fan. When Chelsea and other teams play, my daughter will go against Chelsea. So I mean, I should hate my daughter because she not support Chelsea? No, no. So we
Yeah.
actually need to preach that what a good every election time there should be awareness that with the more the mind of people to understand what politics is. So for me,
Yeah.
that is a serious problem we have. Yeah, see, that's a
Yes,
serious challenge we have now. Yeah, thank you.
that's the serious challenge we have in Nima, and it's good to mold the minds of our people. Mr. Jason Zhu, let's hear you. What is your take on this Nima unity?
I think we discussed it in the other time. The only Lima unity I know is people are benefiting from certain political party, like those that talk about Lima unity. If I and my traditional father Harrison are in the same political party, we discuss about unity, we discuss everything that is beneficial to us. The communication it will be very cordial, but the day I flip and go to another side, I'm enemy to him. And the sad issue about it is like those who are supporting those politicians are the one who can be carrying the information. The moment you post, the other person will screenshot it and send it to the person and say, see what the person posts against you. And those politicians that will have in Nima, majority of them believe in it, they say. They believe in the gossip like John said this one, Peter said this one. They will keep it in their hearts against you. So for me, I don't see anything in Nima like Nima unity. Like back in 2023 during the elections, the people that are supporting George Weah at that time, they were all talking about Nima unity. Those that are supporting Unity Party for Jeremiah Kun, if you're saying, oh, the people that are supporting Unity Party, CDC at that time, they said that they are not in the interest of Nimbayans because they are not supporting somebody that is coming from within the county to serve as vice president. So you see, that's diverse view. And in politics, everybody has to take their own side. Not everybody has to go the same directions. And we should respect each other view because the only way this thing will work in Nima County is I don't think there's anything for me. There's nothing in Nima called Nima unity. Like we said it previously, only unity we can see within Nima is through the county meet. But when it comes to politics, once I'm benefiting from you, definitely I'll talk about Nima unity. If I see John Paul going against what I'm benefiting from, definitely you are my enemy. That's how they consider it. If I'm benefiting, you trying to take food from my table, definitely I consider you as my enemy. That's how I look like in Nima. There's nothing in Nima like Nima unity or Nima unity for development. The only unity can come if I'm benefiting from such opportunity. The only unity I see in Nima is regime unity, regime. If the regime is in power, all those are benefiting from that regime, they talk about unity. But if Paul is not benefiting, there's nothing called unity there. So they talk about Nima unity. I mean, I don't see it as genuine stuff. People who are in the realm of power now, they are looking at people. Election are passed already. For you to bring those people that oppose you during the election to bring them together, you are still figuring out the person fought against us in 2023. We should not give a person job. Then how you expect us to be united now? The person took his side. That's democracy. If everyone support one party, how will Liberia have democracy now? The fact that it's after election should be reconciliation. Everybody should come on the table and talk about the improvement of Nima County. But anything contrary than that, there's nothing in Nima called Nima unity. The only unity that is in Nima is regime unity. If the regime is in power today, those are benefiting from that regime are those that are preaching the unity. Once you're against that regime, definitely you're not aligned with them, they will not support you. I mean, you are not in the interest of their agenda. So the only unity in Nima is doing a county meet.
Yeah. During the county meet. Mr. O.P. Willie, welcome. You have joined the army of Mr. Franklin Miami. Let's hear your view tonight on the Nima unity.
Yeah, thank you. Not exactly, just I forgot to buy my, normally we had to buy the can't activate the data, so I forgot. That's all giving me problem, but at least thank God I'm back. Yeah, see you before I start. I want to say thank you. I want to welcome all our viewers. It's so disappointing that up to now we are not seeing our guest yet, so we're hoping that he will come. And one thing I want us to do on the show is each person will be allotted time to express their own points. So we'll take that into consideration as well. Because we want to move to another talking point. So at least people will know that I'm talking for 2 minutes or 3 minutes or less than that. So with Nema Unity, politics, what is actually playing Nema, there's something we call divine rule methods. Maybe or the ill law of power. They speak to that. And the politician will always use to divine or to just have a control to rule us. So if we're not smart enough, they will give us issues all of the time. You see, even if it's a fool, you see, brothers and sisters will go against each other because of politicians. But for me, what I understand politics is just the exchange of ideas. You will get the best idea, and you the people will follow. You ought to convince the people. While politicians planted a very bad seed in the hearts of all followers of all political party policies. The one will be enough for years and me, will be a ding years is their enemy is eliminate or eliminate years and that which we must discourage. So with Nema Unity, what I see there is that politics just divide us. But when it comes to the interest of the country, when it comes to something happening to any citizen, you see people will show concern, people will call. There's like the death of our former superintendent, you see all the condolences and all the time. But the moment the other people came, or you see everybody or like blasting at them and all of that. But yesterday when we heard the news that the man passed, people regret why such a person must die, all the condolences and all the child. So the issue about human unity is still there. We got to enforce it, we got to make the people understand what politics is all about so that people can go and harm their innocent brothers. Some of the stories that we bring against somebody will be fake, it will not be real, but people will use that to get a political points so they can assume power or get to power. So these are all factors that we need to consider. Like for Nima Kwado, the last time we went to Sanakore, we are arguing the chat room and all of that. When we got there after the debate, people put the music on. And when they put the music on, all of them, whether you're from that camp, you're from patient camp, you're from a Fangalo camp, all of them were dancing, were happy, were to that place up to 2 in the morning before everybody went to bed. And nobody was harmed. The election went peaceful. And people voted. And everything went well. So all I have to say is that the love of the country is there because we speak the same dialect, we think the same way, we see progress of the country. So then you look at politics as an exchange of ideas. I should not allow us for politicians to use divine rule method on us. That is that from my end. Thank you.
All right, let me say thank you to all of you. You guys, you all spoke very well. And one thing I'm sensing among all of us here is that the only time Nima unity becomes serious is when we get to county meet, and which I agree with everybody 100%. But we are still, struggling to actually understand this whole unity here. Because I think that the unity is possible, but the route in which we're going about it might not work in Nimba. It is impossible for all Nimbayans to say, therefore, or they just go behind one person. Even in your own house, all the children you get in your house, not everybody can follow your direction. So what more about somebody? What more about a very large county? And it reminds me about an old man that was selling, and I think the interview was on social media where they asked, they said, how you see the country? And then the old man said, oh, the country already, the government doing well. You can't manage your own house, and that the whole country you come and manage. The country going on all right, and then everybody was posting all of that on Facebook. So I agree with all of you. Now we're switching gear. We have about 9 representatives from Nimba and 2 senators. We'll come to those senators. But looking at the representatives we have from Nimba and their representation, I stand to be corrected. I have not seen in a very long time where you have those grading of those lawmakers. I don't know whether any of such has happened in recent time. I don't know. I stand to be corrected. But gentlemen, is it here tonight? We have 9 lawmakers from Nimba, starting from District 1, Sam Brown, Mr. Flomo, Honorable Flomo, Honorable Gay, Honorable Mansier, Honorable Quagru, Honorable Grikia, Honorable Bility, who else again? Taumbe and Semiana. Looking at all of them, how do y'all grade them? How do we, which scales do their performances? How do y'all look at it? Let's start with Mr. Harrison Bob. Harrison, you got 3 minutes.
Thank you. When it comes to our electoral district, everybody have their own strength in different ways. So when you look at the overall performance, where you'll be looking at, for me, if I want to grade them, I will look at a performance from the house, from the flow, from the attendance, while the issue they are pushing, where the dividends coming to the county and the district they representing. So if you look at the overall, for me, I would take Musa Hassan Belede, number 1. When it comes to Musa, he's one person, even in the house, he stands for what he believes in, he stands for it. And even when it comes to his district, when it comes to district activities, helping the people, he also doing well. And he's doing it even beyond. Why it is true, he had early declared his intention to contest for the presidency, but his work is not boundary. To say I'm from district number 7, I'm only focusing on district number 7. Even before he can even declare his intention, he had been one lawmaker. I worked his crop cutting. So I will give thumbs up to him. Then one thing I'm seeing, the newly elected lawmaker,
Quarter.
Koto was in a race. People overlooked Koto because they were grading, looking at academic, but Koto is surprising many people. When Koto entered the house first, Koto pushing issues. Every time you see Koto putting your hand out, giving you points, and people are giving you a flow. You were expressing, and even in a district, one thing that he doing, he bringing the House of Representatives to the people. You see, he's not taking security to that extent. He, with the people, eating with the people, and all our people need. Because during the vote, you went to them, you were with them. When you assume power to discard yourself from them, so Qatar is doing well. So for me, both of them on a scaled, Qatar will come second to Musa Hassan Bedere. Thank you.
All right. So you took Honorable Musa Hassan Belete and Quato Quagru. Mr. Adolphus Davis, let's hear you 3 minutes.
Yes, thank you again. Before I speak, I want to extend my congratulations to the newly elected Nima Kwado Financial Secretary, Opi Wele. Congratulations to you, Chief.
That
appreciate
mean he a team. They sort of come by and can't tell things who they won't do it.
So. All right. Thank you again for this question. Actually, elect Harrison and I were trying to speak the same direction. He rightly said it. Although Musa Hassan Bedete is not my political leader, I have not been supporting him, but I've been following his work. And one thing I learned about him, his work does not have any border. So he's a guy who had the heart, whether it's from this particular area or not, he just wants to make sure it work. Yes, it's honorable Jack. Yeah, thank you for that correction. So he don't have border in development when it comes to development. So anywhere Musa Berete had got to go and carry development, he can carry. So he's one of the lawmakers that I actually admire, although I'm not been supporting him, but I actually admire his work. He also mentioned about my representative, like what he said. Koto, some of us actually in 2023 we were supporting Koga, and we hated Koto to the extent that we don't want to see him. Yeah, we talked a lot of things, and there are a lot of people who really gave him some hard time. But now see Koto actually surprising the people of district number 5. Not only district number 5, I would say Liberia last. Because what Koto is doing for us, we not really expect of him. And I was speaking now, he just started, he has not even go 1 year, Koto constructing bridges in our district. Where we have somebody there for 18 years. Those things not happen.
No, you supported
so
him for 18 years.
Yeah, sure. So I supported him. He has been my political leader. Yeah, throughout. But what happening now is surprising to us that this guy, if Koto was going to give you another chance, you're going to do more than that. So I think for me, these are the 2 people I can flag them out when it comes to Nima Leleto. Thank you.
All right, Jackson, we'll come back to you. Let's go to Mr. Willie.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead, Obi. You need to sit up.
Yeah, I'm sitting up. Yeah, I'm attending around here. I'm a little bit exhausted. But yeah, thank you for the question. For the county, many of us who don't really reside there. We just follow most of the story on Facebook. And first of all, my representative is doing well. There's my own representative from my district, I'm Mercy, want to grade him among the lawmakers. He's doing well in terms of infrastructure development for the people. Although that's not a cardinal purpose for which we elected them for. But our politics now are making people to know that it's the representative responsibility to build town hall for us, to build bridges for us, to build clinic for us. No, they just had to make the law, had the oversight responsibility in making sure that those things go in the district. But now, government has shifted the entire development of a district or a particular community now to the representative. So you're representing, you're doing a cleaning project, you can donate 10, 15 bags of cement. It means that you're not serious. So the people will vote you out. So the trend of our politics has actually changed, and the understanding of this generation has actually changed the actual workings of the legislature. So giving them so much hard time to do so.
You long been laughing at Franklin. You fall in his shoes now. Well, folks, that is it here tonight. Our guests didn't show up, and we are improvising here. We won't keep you guys not entertained. You know, it's quite frustrating that disappointment comes at times. We accept that.
As I was saying, I'm sorry, as I was saying, the network dropped. So it's really giving them tough time. So MS is actually my favorite, followed by Honorable Musa Hassan Belete, who also getting involved with helping on the roads and other infrastructure within the area. For Koto, he's doing well, he's new, and he's trying his best at least to showcase his talents, to see what he's capable of doing, so that people will go for him for additional 6 years and will make it to do more. So he on an obligation to work hard in making sure that the short term you get you'll not be one of the shortest serving representatives, but to go beyond. So he will do everything he can to bar the public, sentiment, all of that. So he needs to work hard. That's how I see it. But for Ernest, you will see the passion, you will see the love, you will see him doing everything possible to make the projects and implemented to the fullest. So I know he can't sleep. So for me, that's my take on that. Thank you.
But you were on the show last night. The former lawmaker said Mansier does not have a crowd. Anywhere he goes, people don't follow him, and he's not available to the public. Let me say it that way. If you say he has a passion and he's doing everything with zeal, where do you place that?
He said what? Come again, you're breaking into CEO.
So the guest we have last night on Rokagon said Romancy is not accessible to the public. Anywhere he goes, no crowd, the people are not jubilating behind him. And now you just said he's doing the job with passion. How do you compare both statements?
Honorable Kawan is a politician. You always look at the weaknesses of another, especially an opponent. The issue about the voters is not a crowd. The crowd can deceive people. The crowd can make you feel that you already win. You don't have the best strategies, you will fail. So he says there and say, Onomase is not doing anything. The only thing Onomase needs to do is to make sure the projects, some of it are completed, dedicated, make sure you make it public, make sure you carry the internet and everything is on course. If you don't leave it half done, you make sure everything works well, trust me, it will make a case for him 2029. So you should not underestimate that. You might not get a large crowd behind you with all the cars. Those crowds, those borrow crowd, most of them can be very deceptive. So we're not doing crowd politics, we're talking about reality. Thing that you point to. That somebody who you can't lowly, for example, and say, oh, I do your town hall, yeah, the key. Or I do your guest out for you, I'm done with it. Here is a key, and go and start managing it, furnish very well, and functional with your pictures and everything, including the community leadership. I think it can work well because the traditional politics has actually been wrong in him. They say, oh, me no say, honorable no say, town hall do tie get to the chain do aguna. Namala, Lampoka make better, no more yide. These are statement of him making. So don't underestimate the old man that they can talk to their children. It can work for him. He had to find another strategy if he wants to come. That I see it.
No, okay. Thank you. Mr. Zuo, it's over to you. Let's get to hear your side of the story.
I'm not really following the Nima County policy makeup, but let me go square it to my district. That is district number 3 and district number 4. But I don't know why the honorable mayor is not in studio tonight, because there are too many concerns from the citizen rate as relates to district number 3. If you listen to some of those people that supported the current representative, their understanding is a majority of those people that are working his office are from his hometown. And that's which, for me, if it is true, I don't think it's the right thing, because all those clients should be represented within his office. I don't know why will you have more than 5 persons from your hometown as assigned within your office. But in all totality, for me, I can say when it comes to human capacity, I can agree on NMC, because he's sponsoring 2 minutes, like District 4 students at the local level in Nimba University, LYC, BWI, and some territory university. And as we speak, there are some students that he fully sponsoring in Rwanda, fully sponsor scholarship. I think those people, if they graduate, they come back in Liberia, they'll be independent, they will not be behind, will be saying, I will say, because like you listen to the former policy maker last night, these are some of the issues that led to his speech, because they allow majority of those guys to be behind them. Crowd can't carry you in front, and they just create an avenue that yes, indeed, you are doing well. If you are not doing anything, they give you the impression that yes, indeed, you are doing well. But I think our NMC is doing well. And when you go to District 5, District 5 2, Koto Kwagro is bringing the representative position back to the people, like eating with them, doing some major thing. People get into that positions, power has its own way of changing people. But since Koto got into that power, I don't think he's just the same person that he used to know. I don't know, probably he want to act like Abraham Darius Delon too, because at the time they gained the shortest term, he created an avenue that you not even fence his house. But as we speak now, he has fenced his house to the extent that it's taller than the South Beach fence. So who knows whether after they are giving you exact 6 years, you're going to change. But as we speak, Koto is doing well. He's doing exceptionally well with a oversight responsibility. He's been very vocal in the parliament. I think we should give him a flower for that. And Musa Hassan Benede, one way or other too, is doing well, because he has paved most of the road within the district. He has planted light poles and all of those things. So these are few lawmakers that are doing well. If you give me the chance to grade them, I'll grade like on Massier, Musa Hassan Belete, and on Koto Kwagro. But the rest, I don't think they are beneficiary to the people of the district. So that's why I have to say when it comes to those lawmakers.
So, with all your conversation, I kept hearing, about 3 names: Honorability, Honorable Kwagro, and Honorable Masi. Out of the 9, we have 6. And the reason I brought this question is that, I don't know, for a very long time, we have not seen the grading skills of those lawmakers. And I think that is important. The reason we try to bring on those politicians here is that so the public can have chance to ask questions, to know what is happening. And I don't think it's important. I don't think it's a good practice that, you will not want to engage with your populations. To me, I always say, if I were a politician, or if I were in any elected position, I will not engage into any other activities um, at this time, in the sense that I will not make myself unavailable to my people. And it's important that as a leader, whether lawmaker, any other position you occupy, these people are people that elected you or that make you to be to where you are. But coming back and not wanting to engage with them, it creates a boundary. And then it shows that only election time that you are very flexible to come around those people. So that's what I always say. If I were in an elected office or a public person in government position, I will try to practice those methods that if I'm going back to tell John Brown, give me a vote again, John Brown will have the confidence in me that this person will not shy away from us. But it has become a norm today, a norms in our society where we see that only electioneering time that we see those our leaders coming down to our level to interact. And I agree with you with the issue of Senator DeLong. Darius DeLong was quote unquote a light. I myself preached for Darius DeLong. I supported Darius DeLong to the extent. But as it stands now, most of those issues that he spoke on in the past, he had just gone silent. He had just gone silent. And I want to, I was just wondering, like, I don't know what is happening with this man any longer. Today, I saw a post with a caption that says, "We have to provide. Liberians are jobless. We have to provide avenue where they will be able to work." "Quote unquote," Darius DeLong. And I was wondering, we are in 2026. 2 to 3 years from now, we'll be talking about election. Are we approaching election during season and to see this public sentiment from this guy again? But I thought it was a good thought or statement from all of you here tonight as regards to our lawmakers. These are things that I think if they listen and make a changes, some of them might hopefully comes back to office. And for me, District 4, people always say District 4, every year, every election will change leadership. And I think I'm sitting down watching District number 4 comes 2029. 2017 will change. 2023 will change. 2029, I'm waiting to see where District 4 will stand. And it happens District number 3, 2017 got changed. 2023, it got changed. So we're watching to see what will happen in District number 3 as well. District 2 is a different case, went for 2 terms and then came back with different person in 2023. So let's cross and go to our senators. We have Senator Twah, and there was a big debate a big commotion when the Twah was said, "Oh, Twah is the senior senator of Nimba." There was a very big debate on that issue. Now, Twah and Koga, their performances in the House of Senate. How do we look at them? How do we grade them? Because I remember during the AML saga or during the AML review process, Twah was very vocal. And there was a misview about his approaches, like, oh, he's doing it, for Paul. He's just doing it for our service, but deep down, he's not going to go, he's doing different things. And when time came, he abstained from voting. We didn't know. But then with Koga, he voted and said no. So, weighing those 2 senators we have, how can we grade them on their performances, how they relate in Nimba? Mr. Harrison, let's start with you.
Thank you so much for the topic tonight. For me, when it comes to like I usually say, everyone get their own strength. Doing a campaign between Koga, the vice presidency, and a coach. Nyantwa is diplomat. We need somebody that is very strong on the floor. When you talk it, then Nyantwa will go there to soften the ground. So you see that everyone has their own strengths when it comes to another thing. But going back to Arsenal Meta advocacies I started, when you look back, way back during Madam L. Johnson's early time, the senior the same issue with Arsenal Meta, he was one person that even made remarks against the same Nima people that today in Senator for. So the advocacy, what other people prophesy, I can say prophesy that what he was doing for me was not genuine. Meaning, if you say this is what you against, Nima is not benefiting, Liberia is not benefiting from, then it mean where you supposed to make the decision for your people to benefit. You shy away. Then somebody who was not in the picture, who everybody was not thinking, stood his ground and said, this, looking at this NBA is not in the interest of Nimba, it's not in the interest of Liberia, even the 200 million that came up front because signature on the signature bonus or what. Koga have been one person, even up to now, I still speaking. Like quite recently, last week, you even flag it out. And Nima was denied 20 million. So all of these things, I could even bring relief to Nima. We look at it and we let it go. And he did not vote. He left it. You know, vote against, you know, vote for. So and you observe that even closer to the signing of that MDA, he begins selling. So it means that what people are saying, you're only doing blowing the trumpet for him to be caught. I don't know whether he was caught and he continued to deny that he was not caught. Nobody, he and Arsenal Metal, no, nobody. Maybe for me, I would think that the pressure came from above too. Even if you not sit with the Arsenal Metal to discuss with him, but maybe talking from another angle, I wigging him, I kept him mute. And today, the NBA pass, and Meta is here, and Nima still remains Nima. I think that what I think I can say. But when it comes to that performance, both of them working. But I don't know when it comes to infrastructure, why I'm not seeing any infrastructure. Maybe in other district, but I'm not seeing closer district to me, the district 4, the district 3, the district 2. I'm not really seeing it. I'm just seeing few donations from both of them. The Senator Koga giving some cement out, Senator Twah seeing giving some money out to the Lao to, you know. So I'm not really seeing when it comes to infrastructure wise, the OP was giving an opinion that our politics now have become, you know, whether you are pushing it on the table, but we are not seeing a reality on ground. Why it is true that it's not your sole responsibility to be clean, to be school, to do this, but they have become our practice, our political practice in our setting. Now, when you are elected, you are needed to do this, to do that, to do that, but I'm not seeing it. And the work doing the representative comparison we're doing, for me, I stand We called out what you doing. Yeah, also practice such before he can become senator. We saw him around distributing books. We saw the foundation. Yeah, Twah foundation was singing a louder voice. But now the foundation are going to common. We are not hearing it. So maybe the foundation will also pick up 2020, 2028, 2027, because election will be around. So I think that's why I can stop.
All right. Thank you, Mr. David. Let's hear you.
Yes. Thank you again, CEO. For me, what I have to say is that the two senators that you just mentioned, they are good at talking, but the implementation will not be seen in our county. To be real. But one thing that I will observe on Senator Koga is somebody that is consistent. Now, when you hold things, you hold it. And when you see it not like this, you will follow it to letter. And that one of the things that I actually know him for. But when it comes to development, I would say I'm not seeing that. Like what our brother just mentioned about infrastructure, I'm not seeing that. And they have been, especially Kuga, have been a long time lawmaker, and also he become a senator. So he had a lot of experience when it comes to the position that he held in today. But the major concern there is that we are not really seeing things, that we, the citizens of Nimba, to point out tomorrow. Sometimes I can want to say, if tomorrow, God forbid, Koga is not in a position, what Koga will show. The way today we are talking about Senator Johnson University in Nimba. What Senator Koga going to show the people of Nimba? So some other thing for me, I can really think on that. And even when I was supporting this, I think on. So when it comes to development, have been a serious challenge to them. But when it comes to talking, they are good at that. Yeah. And people, they say they are vocal, like what you were saying concerning Young Twah. For me, I just looking at because you were just talking about the metastasis. But since then, it's silent. We don't know how it's happening now. How the consensual agreement, what actually going on now. For me, I'm not really following it to know how it stand now. Yeah, but to talk it is thing, but
They have
to
voted.
implement.
They have voted, but he abstained from the vote.
See the kind of thing. So these are
Wasn't
some of the
that
some of,
voted against it?
okay, good. So some of them, sometimes people, they talk so that they will get the number of the follower to people to know that yes, indeed, we are saying this. But it's for me, I would say it's too frustrating for us to get senator from our area people, experienced people that now, even your own home, that we cannot boast of one clinic, we cannot boast of one schools. Yeah, guaranteed I would say they want a university or a vocational school that people are seeing. So like what Brother Opi was saying is true. Now, people tradition is when people want to see things. Although sometimes we say it's not their area, they are just there to speak, to carry their oversight responsibility. But sometimes now where we are now, let's see, Cotton that just came, people praising him. Let me tell you, for real, if now no people go Nima County, put all the people together now to grade, Cotton can have. I'm not joking. Because people want to see the real thing, reality, not just to say in your mouth. So we really had to think that for me, I don't really agree in them. I agree in them because they can talk, but to implement it and development is lacking in them. Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thank you, Adolphus. Mr. Willie, let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you. As the previous speakers have just said, our two senators, they are eloquent when it comes to speaking section, especially here. I always follow him and speak on the issues. But all they need to do now is to pay attention to the county, especially when it comes to education, because a good leader will produce after himself. Is it Jesus a follower? You're always teaching them. You're always having meeting with them. You're always taking it somewhere. And at a certain point in time, you were telling them, you people are no more my servant, but rather you people are my friends. So I will disclose anything I hear from my father, I will tell you. So that's how our leaders need to treat us. They will even grade them. But the two senators, when it comes to education, they are not doing much. Yeah, because if you want for Nima to benefit, that the crowd will not just be around, but there will be a crowd that tomorrow God help us with the leadership, will be able to be placed in a strategic position. It means that you need to provide serious scholarship for the people to go in line to come back and help the country, because they live here. We can promise tomorrow. They'll be senator today. Anything can happen. I don't go up. So now you're incapacitated to go to the session. So who will replace you? You can be told, oh, Nima is short of men. The men are going. Who will replace them is a challenge. So they are not doing well in that aspect. I also want to appreciate the senator for the fifth time here by giving some scholarship out. Able to go and do excavator, heavy duty mechanic. I think in partnership with for Lizo, I think the first out of 50 or 60 students. As Senator Yang Twah. So we just want to thank you for the initial steps. They just need to do more in that aspect. But in terms of the county, they are not doing well when it comes to those major things I just spoke about. So they need to step out their game so that the country will benefit. That's all I have to say.
All right, gentlemen, let me say thank you to you all for your opinion here tonight. And I want to say sorry to our followers. You know, the honorable didn't show up. We don't know why, but we want to say sorry for that. And Friday, we have a guest, Mr. Peterson Walker. We are sure of him coming. He has, we'll be talking PMC on Friday. So you'll come. We got guests for you on Friday, but we're sorry for tonight. We cannot. All we can do is to schedule them with their confirmation. And funny enough, we communicated, exchange text during the day, and confirmation was made, but I don't know what changed last minute of time with our communications. But I want to say sorry to you all for not bringing a guest. He didn't show up. That's why he's not here tonight. But what we are saying here is not about denigrating or castigating any lawmakers. What we're trying to do here is for our men to do the right thing. Where there is lapses, we speak onto those lapses, and then for progress, that's our end goal here. It is not looking at Nima. It's a very large county. For the lawmakers, I don't think it's a good idea to sit comfortably and say, "Oh, I'm doing well with him and stuff." And I think it's good that you listen to the public opinions about how an individual is going with their leadership, and then afterward, if there is need for adjustment, you make adjustment to meet up with some other recommendations from your constituents. And that's why we are doing, because you can't just wait till election time, then you want to be friendly with almost everybody. That is not possible. People will think you are joking. This is the best time if you want to be friendly, you come around. But all we are trying to do is to hold our leader feet on fire, that the right thing will be done for our county and for all of us to be in peace and enjoy our county. The late godfather of Nima, Senator Prince Elmi Johnson, in which almost all of us here, admire. later on, my man Harrison, I said, my man, they probably can't hear back. All right, when they probably deviated from CDC to UP in the 2023 election, I said, my man, they probably can't listen. But we all were the ardent supporter of the then Senator Prince Yomi Johnson. It's like I said, it's there. Senator Johnson built a school in Nima. Senator Johnson, when he speaks, said that Nima can do there. That is his legacy. What he did for Nima is what has become a history today. So we encouraging our lawmakers to do the right thing and speak the right thing. But gentlemen, before we get our parting comment here tonight, on Tuesday, yesterday, Marvin Cole said he man came to session late, and he sat in the seat of the speaker. Now he man wants to suspend him for 2 months. And when I saw it, I was laughing. I'm like, so the minute we get the everything now, they gotta be expelled and suspending one another in their house. But it's very laughable that, and I think punctuality is one thing too that house needs to really work on. Punctuality and orderliness. You can't be a whole representative in section, and then you're talking to people that in Gorbachev market. So, gentlemen, let's hear your parting comments. Each of you have about 3 minutes for parting comments, and then after that, we'll call it a day and close for tonight. Mr. Ball, let's start with you.
Thank you, Senator. We spoke about Nima Unity, where we all, one way or the other, agree that the unity works when they're doing sporting arena. So we need to change that mentality and look at Harrison as Harrison, not as political party or which political institution he sees himself, but see Harrison as human being who overall can share ideas on a growth and development of our country. That you will see a cordial relationship, and we need to respect everybody's space. One thing I really admire the former President George Manawiya yesterday when he was speaking. He said, respect everyone's decision. He said for him, he decided to play for Liberia. Beside Liberia, he never wanted to play for any other country. But his son decided to play for United States, and he respected his son's decision. Because that's the only way you will see that person will perform. It's just like in career, that a career objective. We can be telling people career day, we can be telling people, we give you the benefit of the doubt. Look at your own strength and select your career. And that you will see that person will perform. But to take somebody who has them, put them into another thing and want to make them to be like you see that person will not perform. As a common example, in our health field, the nurses, people will just move background. Let me go do my lane nursing here. Is that your calling? Is that your calling? Do you have passion? That's why you see some nurses, they're very aggressive at job site. Instead of comforting patient, they also add insult or injury to that patient condition because they are not according. But they already go into that field. They're already part of it. So they're only doing it to survive. But if you go and see Harrison as Harrison, you work together, you respect Harrison. Time for a political activity, you go for a political meeting. When I'm ready to go for my political meeting, I come from my political meeting. But when we're ready to discuss Nima, we discuss Nima. You'll see that everything will be better. But try to point fingers. The person did not do that. Which was some of us, we are seriously victimized because we took our stand. But still, We cannot hold against people. For me, I consider as it was not the right time. Because when the right time comes, nothing can stop you. But we just need to change that mentality that only will grow politically when it comes to Nima. Because Nima don't understand politics. Let's take Lofa. Is he right now? Tom Father then protecting the rescue mission. You just listen to Sir Joseph Efide, a remark he made. Because they are protected. Why they are doing it? Because they understand. Because even you look at CDC right now, it's controlled, mostly controlled by the Lofian. You look at Musa Hassan Berere, who they got party today, that we the Nimba do not want to see or discussing Nima Unity, but we don't want to see the chairman of that political party from local country. So that take a Musa to stay power. Who you think will benefit? The Lofian will stay come back to power, will stay benefit. A CDC stay power. Who you think will benefit? The Lofian will stay come to power, will stay benefit because the people respect each other decision and a decision. But when it goes to Lofa, they discuss la Lofa activities. So it will start to learn and treat each other that we'll see that Nima will flourish. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Harrison, Moore, for your opinion here tonight. Mr. Davis, let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you again. Before I take my last point, I want to just ask about Brother Harrison. It's why the shoot that was guest not yet tonight. I just want to find out it's good that you from district number 3 and the bigger town in district number 3 with Campley. And how the relationship with you people in the district when it comes to your representative. I'm asking the question because I would say district number 3 have a representative. I would say the third district, they are very lucky because you have somebody that cheering foreign affairs. Yes, it means that there's be an opportunity or some of you traveling, for studies, all that kind of stuff. So how the relationship there with you people in terms of the way in which your representative is representing you guys? They want to hear something.
Thank you so much, my brother, for that question. But I think it is you can permit me to make me one a guest to discuss this number 3. Then at least I will take on my panelist to say as a guest to discuss this number 3. But my brother, when it comes to a relationship, we are cordial. Everything. Because if you look at my analysis, you yourself need to even judge your conclusion, then to ask me, why you think I will go to district number 7 to grade Musa Hassan Belode number 1 and go to district number 5 and grade Kwai looking yesterday district yesterday number 2. So you yourself have to decide that question because my grading did not come my own way, but it went far, district 7 and district 5. I think that better answer your question. The CEO can give me time. Anytime I begin get them, we can discuss it. We'll go into total day by day, step by step. Then you better understand about this.
Yeah, thank you, brother. And CEO, you were saying something, sometimes it sound laughable, but it's very more important and interesting in the sense that, those things that we discuss here is all about them. It's too sad and frustrating that when you invite the people to come and talk to their own people, it's just they just deviate from the core. For me, it's better because you are representing the people, all right, and make an appointment with you. You say that you're gonna come, and this time he's not yet. So, like what we say, all right. For me, what I want to say is that we need to look and observe. Like I said, it's one of the representatives that is very much lucky because the position that he held, more often you see the man moving, traveling with the speakers, sometimes president go on. So I said, district number 3, you guys are blessed. But it's so frustrating tonight that when they were trying to grade representative, I don't hear anything such from your mouth, from your district. Your stuff where district number 7. So it's quite interesting. So we need to observe them, carry the message to our people. Like you mentioned about NIMA unity today. And one of the things that created a serious embarrassment, I would say, is politics. Because I'm not vote for you, I supported different candidate. So based on that, let's see what somebody was saying. I don't know whether that Jensen was saying about how you will be a lawmaker for entire district. Then you're going to get somebody from your hometown in your office. All the people in your office, majority of them from your hometown. Because these are the people that supported me. These are the people that always see them behind me. So I put them in that position. When you don't support me, I can't be there. So the kind of mentality we need to drop it. So we still need the power. We still need the area to go. We all need to incorporate everyone. We have to incorporate everyone. Take everybody serious. All right. So the kind of petty jealousy from after election, you don't support me, you do this, and most of the thing who they can bring is a supporter. Like OP was saying. Some of the supporter, they get information, gossip, because at that time the person not support you. So what you want to do? You know, after election is peace and unity. So we need to actually work together to see how best our country will move forward. Like we also talk about our senator. For me, what we're saying here, we are not criticizing them. You know, it's good sometimes you tell them what is happening. Because to be real, we got the people there, they are vocal. Like what we say, they are outspoken. There are people that when they speak in the parliament, people admire them, people bow down to them. But when it comes to development, lacking. When it comes to improving their own people, one of the things I have, actually, I'm saying it today, my own lawmaker, my senator, sometimes, they had to make people. Yeah, they had to make people. Because if you have the power today, you have to make people that tomorrow, yes, that you will show, yeah, these are the person dream and begin when I was in position, this is what I did. But sometimes people, because I can give you peanut money, you go buy the peanut all to it. No. Yeah, so it's saddening to see what people do that kind of thing. So there are some of the things that we have to look at. So when you are in a position to try to make people, yeah, people that support you, whether they not support you, try to make people for your own country. So these are the things that we really have to observe, and we too that come in our supporter will also have to be able to unite one another. When those things, when politics is over, election is over, unity is a key thing that we have to work together to see how best NIMA will move forward. So we are not here tonight to criticize people. But for me, district number 3 lawmaker, you know, do a good tonight because we've been waiting to all to be here to see you. And there are a lot of questions are waiting. So pray that and hope one day that he will come. So Harrison, that is your assignment. You can talk with your lawmaker that one day you will.
My man, leader man. Mr. Willis, let's hear you. Your parting comments. We'll be gone. Well, folks, want to say thank you for following us here tonight. It is the Riverside Talk, the Twah River platform. Want to say thanks to all of you who follows us here tonight. Unfortunately, our guests didn't show up, so we have to improvise. We spoke on the NIMA unity, and then we came back to grading our lawmakers. And whatever we said here tonight is meant to strengthen them, not to discourage them, to strengthen them to do, the people's job, whether senator and the representative, to strengthen them to do this people's job. 2029 is not far again. We're talking about the 6 months of the year, and here we are. We are approaching 2027. So roughly two and a half years to 2029. Election is right around the corner. So let's please, do the people's job and make sure we're doing it the rightful way. Let me say happy pre-birthday to USFR Junior. He turns 6 tomorrow. The man said he went and bought ticket and took his own dollar to go buy plane ticket to go to his birth home, Louisville, Kentucky, for celebration. I said, who told you can buy dollar, you can use dollar to buy plane ticket? So happy pre-birthday to him. And of course, Sunday will also be my birthday. So all the June babies want to say happy pre-birthday to you all. If you're celebrating, happy birthday.
Wow.
If yours is to come, happy birthday to you all. So, gentlemen, it has been a pleasure here tonight, and I want to say thank you to you all for your time here. So, we're going to cut off the live. After that, please stay back. We have something to talk about briefly.
Thank you.